What's up, everybody? Got a couple people already hanging out in the chat. What's up, Azarest Tiger? We got Wesley's comic collection. We got All Strands comic collection. We got all these comic collections in the house. What's up, everybody? Wesley's comic collection. We got All Strands. And then I just gonna give myself a little bit of an echo here. So cool. Yeah. So of course it's Sunday. We got to do an FOC show here. I think I liked what I did last time, and just keeping an open invitation. If anybody's hanging out and wants to hop on, feel free. Here's the link. Uh-oh. What was StreamYard messing with you? So let's bring up the FOC for this week. As a reminder for those that don't know, Final Order Cutoff's that date that after that point, your shop or your your local comic shop or your online retailer, wherever you get your comics from, after that, you can't get these orders in for these books. No more orders. That's it. So if there's a book on this that you want, and you don't want to pay flipper prices, eBay prices, whatnot, this is the time to do it. Get those orders in, so you you don't have to pay extra. You get the books that you want to get. What's up, No Good Comics? Yeah, great pickups from Zap Comics you got. So one thing of note this week with the final orders, because Monday is a holiday, DC Comics, usually their orders were due by tonight. They were actually due way early. They were due on Thursday this week. So we're not going to talk about DC Comics this week because they're done. They did it early, and whatever, we don't get to talk about them now. So let's talk about everybody else, because they're sticking to the Monday cutoff. So Monday, January 18th. And we'll start out looking at Image Comics. So I'm going to be trying to flip back and forth between checking the chat and talking about the comics on here. So it might take me a minute to respond to comments, questions in the chat, but I'm going to start out with looking at these Image Comics here. I didn't even know this comic, Birthright, was a thing, but it's on issue 46. So new story arc. If you were interested in this series, this may be a time to hop on it, because it's a new story arc. It's always a good time to hop on a comic. I've seen, I think issue 1's on the wall at my comic shop, so might be something going on with that. What's up, Joey? Got the power pack on tonight or this evening, whatever time. I never remember the time. You guys moved it, I think, by 30 minutes. So Joey, let the chat know what time you guys are going on. And I've got their channel linked up in the description below. Also, right after this is Comics Talk Weekly. He's on at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And so his link is also in the description below. And then following Power Pack, we got the East Meets West show. That's also linked. And then later tonight, we got Team Nerd Herd. And I think we've got, I think Newbie's also doing a show. I could be wrong, but I know he's at least on East Meets West tonight. So a lot going on tonight. As always, it's Sunday. There's a lot going on. Bliss, we got issue number 5 of 8. So mini series here. New story arc. So looks like Image is going with new story arcs this week. I don't know if any of you guys are reading Birthright or Bliss. But yeah, so many shows tonight. How's it going, Ramon? But yeah, so I don't know too much about those series. But I do know a little bit about this one. I read issue 1 and 2 of Commanders in Crisis. I thought it was a good book. for me, though, it didn't stand out among other books that I'm reading right now. So I stopped that series after issue 2. But like I was just saying, again, we have another new story arc. So Image is having fun with new story arcs this week. What's going on, Masked Panther, formerly known as Black Manta? Remembered. But yeah, so Commanders in Crisis always has a couple covers. We got some crazy things going on there. This looks fun. Trevor Von Eden's the artist on this, but that's out of this world, guys. Out of this world. All right, there's my bad joke for the show, and we'll keep going. More importantly, on Image, though, we've got, if you haven't been reading the Department of Truth, I think this is the time to be able to read it. You don't want to, buy the individual issues. The trade paperback is coming out. It's only $10 for the trade paperback, so probably a good time to pick that up. They say that's the introductory price, a special low introductory price. So that means probably the next round of them will be about $15 or something like that. But really cool here, and probably going to be something worth collecting. Haha #1, second print. And so Haha is another anthology series by Maxwell Prince, the author of Ice Cream Man. It is a 6-issue series. At least for now, it's planned to be 6 issues. So, like I said, Maxwell Prince, the Ice Cream Man author, has been pretty popular with Ice Cream Man. And so, Haha issue 1, the cover A, cover B, and even I think the blank variant have already been going for an increased price on eBay. So, this series is already getting a lot of heat. And so I think, going for those reprints, like we saw with Something's Killing the Children, guys. Something got hot. They did reprints. Now those reprints are like going for crazy. And that reminds me, this beautiful thing came in the mail yesterday. I showed this off last night on the Spine Ticks. But this is just this is the 6th print for issue 1 of Something's Killing the Children. That was one of my goals for 2021, and being able to, check that one off the list this early on, makes me super happy. Hey, thanks, Ramon. Thanks for being here and watching. Really appreciate it. Yeah, this is just like I'm pointing the wrong way, but this is a really cool cover too, I think, for a second print. So I'm making sure that I get at least a copy of it. Because I'm not 100% into the the creepy clown. I actually did love issue 1, but yeah, Allstrands. I've checked 2 of them off, and they're both sitting next to each other right now on my desk back here. Let me see if let's highlight that guy. Yeah, so both of those right there are 2 of my 6 2021 goals. I think the others are going to be a lot harder because I've got ASM 129 on that list, ASM 50 on the list. I have Something's Killing the Children 3 and 4's second prints, which are even more hard to find, I think, than this one. But I'm going to see if I can do it. So yeah, so Haha #1, second print. Moving on, Homesick Pilots has been a good read. My quick summary of that is Monster House but punk. Hey, sure, if you want to hop on and say hi to the people, go ahead. We have Monster House but punk is my description of Homesick Pilots. It's been great. There's lots of kind of creepy things going on with this one, so highly recommend giving it a read. We got Kick-Ass and Hit Girl versus Hit Girl, issue 4 of 5, so we're getting further on in the story on that one. I haven't been reading it, but I heard, I think it was issue 1, we got a new Kick-Ass, so that set up the whole, battle between them. Hey, Phil, Comics Talk Weekly. I was just talking about you earlier, and you got your show coming up after at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So moving on, we've got Low number 26. Again, another series that I hadn't been reading. Rick Remender's the author on it, though, so it's got to be pretty good. This is actually a finale for the series, so ends here with issue 26. But this one, I think, is the hot new series coming out from Image, Radiant Black number 1. We got a Michael Cho cover here on cover A. And so this is, for fans of Invincible and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comes a brand new ongoing series from acclaimed writer Kyle Higgins and artist Marcelo Costa that reinvents superheroes for a new generation. Nathan Burnett has just turned 30. Things aren't great. He's working and failing at 2 jobs. His credit card debt is piling up, and his only move is moving back home with his parents. Womp womp. But when Nathan discovers and unlocks the ethereal cosmic radiant, he's given the power to radically change his fortunes. There's just one problem. The powers don't belong to him, and the cosmic beings who created them want them back by any means necessary. So honestly, this seems like a dope, like I said, fans of Invincible. So that was Image's previous really popular superhero series. And then Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I think this is a good one. We got all strands on here now. What's going on? Oh, not trying to do that.
What up?
Say hi to the people.
Uh-oh, it's my phone.
You good?
I think my phone might be... Oh, another problem.
Delay?
My Wi-Fi was on.
Oh. Now we lost him. While his internet comes back, I'll say hi to Bricks. What's going on, man? Oh, now you're there, I think.
Okay. I think I had my Wi-Fi turned off on my phone because I was watching your video when I went out to smoke, and I forgot to turn it back on.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then I think when you flipped it back to the Wi-Fi, then it took a second to reboot you there.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, of course, Joey. Of course, Azores Tiger's in here. He's always in here. He's in all the chats. Yeah, Radiant Black. This looks cool. You got a couple different covers here.
It sounds like he's having a lot of problems.
Right? I mean, superpowers will fix all those problems, right? Nothing could go wrong there.
At all. I think the worst problem is that he had to move back into his parents' house.
Right? I mean, how are you going to do superhero things while you're living with your parents?
Right? She's like, clean the kitchen.
We got some cool covers here, though. This one here, I don't think that the previous catalog has the one in 50 in it, but it's real cool. This is cool here too. It's, I want to say this is Finch, Reyes, and Costa. So 3 people did this cover. If I'm not mistaken, the one in 50 doesn't show up. It doesn't. So Radiant Black, one in 50. Super cool. Yeah, this one right here. Let me do. See how that shows up. Yeah.
Oh,
this. Yeah, it's like they did like a bunch of recent Power Ranger covers, I think, where they were holding their helmets like right in that position.
Yeah,
so that's super cool. And I think it was Phil, Comics Talk Weekly, said last night that they're planning on doing a series of these covers, but different colors.
Nice.
So that, I mean, if you're into collecting that kind of thing, this is a cool one to go for.
I remember seeing the white Power Ranger helmet one, and I was going to pick it up, and I knew instantly I would have to get all of them. So I was like, no, I got to put it back. But now I wish I would have just grabbed it.
Yeah.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah, you're sounding good.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think with this one, I'm hesitant to pick it up for that same reason, knowing that there's going to be a series of them, and it's a 1 in 50 ratio. So then shops are going to charge $50 or more.
Right, if you're lucky.
Right. So that's where I'm like, nah, probably not going to get it. I think this is going to be a really cool read, though. So I'm in it for
different. I'm always down for a new take, something original.
Yeah, a new take on the superhero genre. What it's either going to be really excellent, and you're going to want to read the whole thing, or you read issue 1, you're like, is that really a new take?
Right. Yeah.
It's been done. What's up,
that Care Bear Silence of the Lambs? That's definitely a new take.
Honestly, yeah. So this is I showed the other cover last night, but this is the cover A I didn't show. Stray Dogs #1. So this is described as Lady and the Tramp meets Silence of the Lambs. That has me intrigued.
Oh, that's so fan. I remember I think last night during Spine Text, you described that, and I was like, man, that's fantastic. It's so
right
out there and wild.
Right. So I was like, you know what? Like, since that's the description, let's show off the Silence of the Lambs homage, which is just, it's kind of a little, like, the dog's a little weird looking, a little anime looking, but
I think it's fantastic.
I enjoy it.
Even if I don't read that book, like, I want that cover. Like,
right. For me, that's at least a cover buy. If not, I'm going to read the story and see if it's worth checking out the rest of it, because I'm getting that cover anyways. But
right. And with that setup for a story, I mean, I definitely want to check it out.
I have to know what's going on.
Totally. Lady and the Tramp and Silence of the Lambs, that's wild.
Right. We got Slick Lordley in the house.
Let's do Cinderella and Candyman.
Oh, man. Oof. Cinderella and Slender Man? No.
Candyman.
No, I went even weirder with it.
Slender Man.
What's up, Louis the 13th?
What's up, Sid? What's up, T. Ravis? I've been watching T. Ravis's videos, and he's got some awesome books coming in.
Yeah, I just watched his last one. I think this morning. I think that was this morning. Great stuff he's got. Undiscovered Country. We're on issue 12. I stopped reading this a while ago. End of a story arc. I don't know what's going on anymore. It was a cool story idea, like another post-apocalyptic thing, kind of a little Mad Maxy. But it was, I don't know. Some of the story was dragging a little bit, so I jumped off of it. But it's probably still, like, if I got a trade and read it all together, I'd probably enjoy it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know anything about that one.
Joker, what's up? What's up, man?
Joker?
Got the Joker in the house. What else we got on here? So they got a trade paperback there. Dark Horse. Got some more Black Hammer universe stuff. So Jeff Lemire. Right? Isn't that his stuff? But it looks like it's written by Patton Oswalt, actually. Interesting.
I think it was drawn by Patton Oswalt.
Nah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, so I know the Black Hammer universe has a lot of fans, so that's another entry into that world that Jeff Lemire created.
Black Hammer. I can make jokes about the name for that for days. But I want you to keep your subscribers and get more. So I don't want
to. No getting the channel shut down today.
to.
That was for last week. You missed your shot. So I talked about this one last week, Fear Case #1. And so it's apparently already sold out, the first printing. And we're looking at the second printing already for this. So it's already heated up enough to get to a second print. And Matt Kint has a decent following as a writer. I know Phil's a fan of Matt Kint, but the story concept seemed interesting. So this is, I guess, more of a speculation type thing. If there's enough heat behind the series and it's going to a second print so soon, might be worth checking the series out.
Yeah, that's a good indicator.
We got some other things in here. Neil Gaiman, Norse mythology. We got some True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys, National Anthem. Again, books I'm not reading, but the Mac covers on Norse mythology have been pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I love his art. It's really good.
Yeah,
I was showing off. I don't know where it is right now, but I had a David Mack cover that I got. Yeah, here it is.
that wolf has crows for ears.
Yeah, yeah. This cover right here.
Oh,
from
the
Mack.
talk to the hand variant.
Yeah, and this is actually
Awesome.
so. He's got like a different signature now on his artwork, but he just signed that. It's just MACK.
Nice.
I just noticed that.
That's an awesome cover.
Yeah, no, I love his work. So cool artwork here. And it's Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology book that they adopted into comics. So it's pretty cool.
Sweet.
We got going on with IDW. We got going on in the chat. Anything? Azores Tiger. Which one? You want the one I'm holding, or you want the one on the screen?
You want the talk to the hand variant?
Let's see. So IDW, we got some G.I. Joe. Of course, we got some G.I. Joe. We always got some G.I. Joe. It's a one shot. Batman and the Max hardcover.
Never read any of the Max of the Pit. I bought some recently, Max, just to check it out because I remember it from the 90s. But
yeah, all I know about it is Sam Keith's crazy artwork on it.
Yeah, the cover's always been cool.
Yeah. We got we got a Marvel Action Captain Marvel. No cover for it yet. It's a Sweeney Boo cover, which I thought that artist had some good covers in the past, but not sure. And these usually have a 1 in 10. Yeah. So there's our 1 in 10. It's like you just got to figure out the algorithm to the comic system, it seems like. And it's like, oh, it's a Marvel action book. Yeah. It's like, it's a Marvel action book. We're going to see a 1 in 10. There it is. It's a cool cover. Any Captain Marvel fans, that's probably a cool one to pick up. Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know if anybody's reading Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a cool game. I don't know how the comics been.
Yeah, I have no idea. I was always a Nintendo guy.
Yeah. Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek Voyager 7's Reckoning 4 of 4. So this series is wrapping up. Seems like there's always like another cover for these also.
Azor said he wanted that Daredevil.
Yeah, he wants that that Daredevil. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Here's a 1 in 10. Oh, snap. It's the guy who did the Native American covers for Marvel. Verege.
The one we were just looking at?
This one right here. The artist for this cover, he did a bunch of stuff for Marvel where they're doing the Native American history covers. And I'm also noticing that they misspelled his name here. They got it right here. And then they butchered it here. Wow. Wow. All right, previews. That was a cool cover, though. They got Turtles 114. So cover A. Got a bunch of turtles in a stack. So I think Jenica's coming back into that storyline. They're saying Eastman. We never see Eastman's art until like right before. But I think Sith's going only Eastman covers right now. Bricks, that's a good question. Anybody collecting the Star Trek books? Because I haven't heard that anyone is, but I know, Star Trek fans are diehard Trekkies, so that's probably who's collecting those. But let's see. Here's the 1 in 10 copy of that. That's pretty dope.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's an awesome cover.
Oh, all right. Sith's our Trekkie for the day, even though he's also a Star Wars fan. He's the one bridging the gap between the two communities, where they're usually like Star Wars, Star Trek. He says both.
If I had a nickel for every time I had to break up one of those fights,
be rich, man.
It gets so violent.
Yeah. The cool thing I think we talked about last week, DC's comics that were on FOC this week show up on the previews page now. I talked to my store about that, and they said that their ordering, though, still is, they haven't heard that ordering is changing in any way. So it looks like it's just here for our information. And it also looks like they posted like everything twice. So that's bizarre.
I think having some weird stuff they're shipping, right? Ever since they left Diamond.
Yeah, I think they're with is it Lunar? I think that's who they're with now. Solely is Lunar.
It's like a seems like a crapshoot with DC at my house. Yes.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we didn't get anything from DC this week.
Yeah, I think the thing that's been happening with that, like the timing of the shipping is bad, but the quality of the shipping has been better than Diamond. There's less damages.
Well, that's definitely good.
Yeah, so it's like shops are like, I don't know when I'm going to get my order, but not at least having to return it.
Right. And that's so important in this day and age when everybody wants that 9.8. Like,
right.
Or they get when you get them.
Or they want that hot cover on release day, and by the time that you get it in, now it's not hot, and so no one's buying it.
Right.
That can like kill a shop there. So yeah, so if Lunar gets the shipping piece down, I think
it's got to be hard to do a gigantic change to your shipping right when the pandemic hits and shipping is out of control.
Yeah. And I don't know how much of it is Lunar themselves, or is it the postal service, or FedEx or UPS, however they ship. But who knows, man?
Yeah.
Hopefully, we get everything from all sides of it figured out. I know the shops don't like having to use two systems to order too.
Right.
because the lunar system's not that great. I mean, the diamond system's not that great either, but it's organized in a fashion that they're used to, at least.
Yeah.
So let's move on to Marvel. Amazing Spider-Man 56 is getting a second print, which that's surprising. We knew 55 would, because 55 was that cool Gleason cover. We're talking about Trek in the Star Trek in the. What's up, Nola? He is the missing link between the two fandoms. Yeah, so I don't know what's gonna be the cover art for this, or why they even did a second print for this one. I'm not picking it up, but I am picking up 59 because I'm reading the series, of course. Nick Spencer's still staying on it for now. We're supposed to be getting like a Donny Cates announcement soon. I think that should be this week, maybe. He posted something with it looked like a image for Venom, so it might be Venom news. But I'm thinking, and people keep speculating, that he's going to end up on the Spider-Man series writing at some point.
How would you feel about that? Obviously, you're a Spider-Man dude.
I would love that. I've loved his writing on Venom. He actually briefly wrote a little bit of Spider-Man with his Venom stuff, and I think the Absolute Carnage storyline, he got to write a little bit of Spider-Man into that. And I thought he did a good job with it, so I'd love to see it. Yeah, and I haven't really read a Mr. Negative story, so we're gonna get Mr. Negative coming in here. So I'm excited for that. Al talked about these covers last night on Spine Ticks, the Masterworks variants. So it's the Marvel Masterworks 300th anniversary. They're celebrating the 300th volume in the Masterworks library with this set of variants that they're doing. And I think Phil last night pointed out that the 300th 300th thing in the Masterworks collection is Howard the Duck.
Oh, that's right.
So that's an interesting way to reach that 300th milestone.
Right.
Like Howard the Duck. All right, guys. I mean,
and that movie tripped me out when I was a kid, man. That was weird. I don't remember how old I was when I came out, but I was pretty young. But I knew enough to be like, man, this chick is digging this duck. What is happening right now?
I don't think I've seen that original movie. No. I've heard some crazy things about it though.
Very weird.
Oh, I think I missed someone coming in. Pacino's here. Oh, I highlighted Pacino, but I didn't say hi to Pacino. So welcome in, and yeah, like Sith said, congrats on the win from Al last night. If Al remembers doing that giveaway, we'll see. Yeah, if Cates was on ASM, each issue would be a spec issue. That's for sure. That's how he is. But at the same time, it brings a lot of hype to the series, increases sales. Marvel's gotta love that. It's a fan of Spider-Man. Maybe it makes it harder for me to get the series that I love to read. But that's why you get your FOC orders in. You get your pool list orders with your LCS. You don't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
We got Captain America 27, of course, Alex Ross cover, as always. It's pretty cool. How Captain America got his mojo back. Was this Captain America's New Groove?
Oh wow, that is a cool cover.
It's an interesting description.
I wonder if that's the first Captain America comic based on an Austin Powers movie.
I don't know. This is a cool Aliens cover, though.
That is cool.
I'm not collecting those except for like I got a Venom one, I got a Spider-Woman one, I think.
The art stuff looks great.
Yeah.
And the Predator guys, I mean, they always look so cool.
Al remembers. What's up, Travel and Root Beer? Welcome in. Oh, and I just kind of finally comprehended what you wrote there. George Lucas did Howard the Duck after Return of the Jedi. So he created Howard the Duck's movie after he did something a lot better. Just catching up on the chat here.
Exactly. That's why, like, 6-year-old me was like, "Man, this doesn't seem right." Like, what was going on in the mid '80s? Because there was that one, and then you watch Back to the Future, and you're like, "Man, does this thing even get with mom? What is happening?"
That's deep, bro. Pause. bringing that spine ticks energy into the show today, I think. Oh man,
that's what you guys should do. You should have spine ticks go late, and if you guys drink a lot, wake up early, start drinking again, like mimosas or something, and do a day drinking.
Man, I can't do that. But like I've got like a Dr. Pepper here, like bringing the energy in a little bit.
See, it's stuff like that why I have a gift for being a year sober.
Yeah.
No, I mean, always my idea.
Honestly, like I can't go beyond doing, a little bit of that on our Saturday nights, and you recover the next day. So that's about all I can do. Can't do that other days.
That's a good thing.
And Sith does the same thing. But yeah, that sounds like a good morning that you guys are having, Eric. Homework and X-Men the animated series. I like it.
That's what's up.
It's 3 a.m. early.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think that's probably pre-pandemic more so than now, but probably still going on.
I bet the amount of day drinkers skyrocketed since quarantine.
True. They're doing more just day drinking that becomes night drinking versus night drinking that becomes day drinking.
Yeah, good point. Those are two different things for sure.
Just kind of rotate the schedule a little bit.
Yeah.
But Daredevil 27. So this is tying into King in Black. We know Daredevil's in jail right now. We have Elektra running around in Daredevil's or her own version of the Daredevil costume. And so when people saw this cover, they thought, oh, that's a one-issue thing. She's going to be out of the costume. But then they revealed the cover art for 28 after the last issue happened, and we know that's not the case. She's going to still be in the costume for at least through issue 28. So I think this is a cool thing to keep reading. I've loved Daredevil's story from Chip Zdarsky. He's been nailing this one. We got another.
I'd love to start picking this up and reading it, but I had to whittle down my full list on the new stuff. I want to, but I'm like, no, maybe I'll just wait for the trades.
Yeah, I'd say either wait for or pick up all the trades that are out now, or wait till Chip Zdarsky finishes his run and get the collected edition of the run. I don't know how long he's going to go on the run, but I like what he's doing with it so far. So I hope he does it for a while. But we got another Masterworks cover. Al thinks these are going to be slept on covers, so I kind of agree. People are going to see Masterworks and be like, get it. But those are cool covers.
Yeah.
We got Doctor Strange hardcover. We got Eternals #2. I still haven't even read Eternals #1, but I hear he appears right at the end of Eternals #1. So Eternals #2, he's of course going to be in it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and so thankfully we have less covers for this time because there was like 50, 60 of them last time, like something crazy. Insane. Yeah, that's true. Issue 25 is gonna be hard to find if you're picking up the single issues.
It's the one with the cover where he's behind bars, right?
He's behind the bars for cover A. He's nullified for cover B.
That one behind the bars. That was a really cool cover.
Yeah.
I went to try to pick it up, and at the LCS, it was long gone.
Yeah. I'll say the only other one might be hard. I think it's issue 2 is the first appearance of Detective Cole. I want to say Cole Turner or something like that. And he's been a big part of the story. And so I think his issue heated up a little bit. But outside of that, yeah, the rest of the issues, though it's a hot series, there's no first appearances, crazy, collectible kind of things happening, which is also a good thing about this story is it's a good read without causing collector hype.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah. Turtles, Eternals. I got you. And one of Azarest Tiger's picks, we got Excalibur #18. Determine what's going on with Betsy Braddock. I don't really know a whole lot else. I haven't been reading Excalibur since maybe the first 6 issues, maybe. I think the first story arc. But I think the team is a great crew.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four #29 is, of course, tying into King in Black because everything is. Symbiote bonding with one of the members of the family. Based on the cover, I'd say it's probably going to be Johnny Storm, but he's also made of flame, so that doesn't seem possible. We also saw him sacrifice himself for Spider-Man getting Eddie Brock away in, I think, King in Black 2. So I don't think this is lining up timeline wise.
Huh.
But I mean, I don't think the tie-ins often exactly match very well.
Really?
I mean, sometimes they do. Like I
haven't read a bunch of tie-ins, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I think they would line up perfectly, but that's strange.
Like Venom, the Venom issues are coming out perfect because that's tying directly into the storyline that's happening.
Right.
But sometimes, like a story like Fantastic Four, where it's telling its own story anyways, won't exactly very well.
You gotta kind of splice it in. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. But that's a cool Mark Brooks cover. I think, Mark Brooks. And they have a Masterworks cover as well with, I think, Invisible Woman. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. We got some trade paperbacks. Another Azarest Tiger pick, and I agree. This is a cool cover, but I'm done with Marvel, specifically like the Venom and Thor 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 10,000th print. I'm sticking with my indie reprints, or like I'm on the Gleason covers for that cool Spider-Man face thing. But this is a really, really cool Knoll cover. Like,
that is cool.
I love it.
Did Patton Oswalt do that one too?
Yeah. Nah, this is a Stegman. So I think the actual Null himself came from interior artwork, but then this what he's walking on the heroes covered in the symbiote goo, and that is new artwork.
Okay.
And I didn't see this before, but there's a second print for number 2 also, but it says that's Sandoval doing that. So
Nice.
Sith, same. I mean, that's why I'm done with it. I bought into it. I got mad at it, and I'm done with it. Oh yeah, and Symbiote Spider-Man obviously doesn't directly match up timeline wise because it was 20 years ago. Yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna call it, man? It's symbiote goo. They call it symbiote goo in the books.
Yeah, it sounds gross, but I mean,
it's Null's byproduct, you know.
That sounds way grosser.
I know.
That's like 10 times worse.
King in Black, Black Panther. This is a one-shot tie-in. I don't know. The one-shot tie-ins oftentimes are not significant. Or last time, like I read the Captain America tie-in for Empire, and I was so disappointed that I did that because it was a throwaway story. And it wasn't even good. I don't know why I kept reading it. But this is a cool
kind of happens sometimes, right? Like this is terrible, but now I got to find out how it ends.
Right. I think that's like once I had issue 1, I was like, well, I have the first one, I might as well get the next 2.
Right.
But I mean, this is a cool cover. So if you're into Black Panther, yeah, I'd pick up this over the other one. Thunderbolts number 2. I thought I was pulling this one, but I didn't get issue 1, so I think that's my sign to not pick this up. So I don't get pulled into the tie-ins as much, but it's an interesting team. We've got like Taskmaster, Star. I think this was looks like Bartrock the Leaper. Not sure who that is, but apparently someone gets like killed right away in once they have the team formed.
That's fantastic.
In issue 1. So I mean that's a Suicide Squad move right there. we got Hyper Combo Comics in the house.
I gotta run, but thanks so much for letting me jump on and hang out with you again for a bit.
Yeah. No, I appreciate the back and forth, the commentary and all that.
Heck yeah. I was gonna jump live again. I was trying like last week, like, all right, I'm gonna jump live. I got all these freaking 2 stacks of books that I'm backed up on. And then end up coming and kicking it with you. So this has been awesome.
Yeah. Let us know when you go live and I'll try to hop in.
Yeah, right on. All right, guys. Well, I'll see everybody in the chat later. Have a good one.
See you, man. And his link is in the description. Also, if you want to give him a sub, go check him out. We got Hyper Combo in the house here. You know, I don't know. It's not morning still for him, but I'm sure he can tell us how the bacon was this morning, if it was crispy or not. If he wants to come on the show, there's the link. Any of you guys are welcome to hop on if you want. Provide some more commentary on these books. We're going to keep moving, though. In the meantime, we got a Marco Cicchetto cover with Star on it. That's a pretty cool cover. Let's see if there's any ratios for these, though. There's not. Okay. Yep. That's the only kind of bacon, right? But yeah, so let's keep moving. We got another Morbius book, Morbius Bond of Blood #1. I don't know if this is a one shot or if this is a new ongoing series. Probably a series. Especially, we know Morbius that the movie got moved to October. No worries, Hyper. The movie for Morbius just got moved. I believe it was to October. So Marvel's got to re-hype up Morbius probably in the meantime. So what better way to do it than with another series? Crispy's Bacon Rebellion was the most delicious of all the rebellions. Yes. Moving on from Morbius, we got Power Pack 3 of 5. So I know Joey and Wes are definitely picking this one up because, it's them. It's the Power Pack here. Otherwise, it's a tie-in to Outlawed. I haven't been reading it. I don't plan on reading it. I don't know. But Power Pack, yeah. Moving on. We got a Power Pack Omnibus. So if the Power Pack wants to do some reading up on their origins, Volume 2 of the Power Pack right here. And then, of course, the books me and Aza Rest Tiger were talking about last night. We got the Spider-Gwen Omnibus hardcover from Cover A by Rodriguez. So, of course, that's her first appearance cover. We got... Man, I'm not doing any Power Pack reviews. It's too much work to read Power Pack and do that. But we also have this cool Bradshaw cover, which was a ratio variant for Spider-Gwen #1 of Volume 2. So you got your pick between Edge of the Spider-Verse 2 cover and this variant from Nick Bradshaw, which is an homage to Spider-Man #1. So both really good covers for the Omnibus. I'm definitely getting the Omnibus. I guess this will be my second Omnibus. I have the Saga Omnibus that I'm still reading through, but I definitely wanted to be able to go back and read everything Spider-Gwen and sequentially read it together. I think stories flow a lot better when you're able to do more of that together versus when it's an issue and it's a month later, you kind of forget a little bit what's going on. Hyper, I don't think there's any offense. It's just it was just a funny comment you made during that show. So it's great to bring it back up because it's a funny comment. We got Darth Vader #10. Ochi of Bastoon still been in this story. We got a great red cover here, the red horror. We got, Vader's made it through the eye of the webbish bog. He's trying to get to the Emperor's greatest secrets. So lots of good things have been happening. First appearances, other hints and things in the Star Wars books right now. So definitely something to keep an eye on. And as you know, Sith does his weekly Star Wars spotlights on the Spine Tick show. So I don't think any of you aren't following Spine Ticks, but if you aren't, link in the description. Go hit sub. Watch us Saturday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific time. And come hang out with us, see his Star Wars spotlights. They're also on his channel, usually the day after. We got one of our Spine Tick regulars with us. T. Ravis is in the house. What's up, man?
Nothing, just sitting around doing nothing. So I thought I'd jump on with you for a second.
I appreciate it. It's got Danny causing trouble here. What are you looking for on ordering this week? Do you do any FOC orders or?
I don't really do FOC. I do go through my previews really good when I first get them and just kind of fill them out that way and submit them.
Okay. Do you look though to see, did they add anything new that you didn't order, or like, do you go for any second prints?
Yeah, sometimes I do. And with my shop, you most of the time have to order a second print or a third print because sometimes they won't order them.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they'll order them and when they're supposed to come out, they don't get them. But a week or two later, they just show up on the shelf. I haven't figured that out yet. They'll have a stack of different printings everywhere, and I'll just start picking them up. It's just I don't understand their method of that yet. So,
see Seth's comment.
I actually took a shower already, so I'm good.
Yeah. We got clean clothes for today, right?
Well, yeah, it's already 2:00 in the afternoon. It's almost time for bed.
Yeah, 2:00. I didn't actually wake up too late today, honestly.
I didn't either. I got up around 8:30.
So, Joey, FOC is obviously, what we're talking about right now and getting those orders in at the last second. But monthly, there's a previews catalog that comes out. And I let you talk about what you do with that catalog when it comes out.
Let me see if I've got mine. Let me grab mine real quick.
Okay. Seth, I think you're right. That's the difference right there. I need to like pay for StreamYard just so I can play that Woody intro clip when I start these shows.
All right, so you get this big previews magazine or book.
I like that guy.
Every month, and it has everybody in here, all the independent companies, everything that's going to be issued for that month. This is for January. This came out in January, so it's 3 months out. And then Marvel puts their own book out, and it has all the breakdowns of all their books. And then you have an order form. And I go through here, and I dog ear all the pages and write down what I want, and I submit it. And then the shop owner sits down before he does his orders and goes through everybody's books and writes down exactly what he needs and anything special and turns it in. The only problem is there's no DC now. You used to get a DC insert. You don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Old school. But I really like going through these because there's a lot of good breakdowns, especially with the independents, where you can get a lot of information on them and everything.
Yeah. And I know Comics Talk Weekly, I think his first live stream back went through the previews catalog.
Yeah, that's a great tool.
Yeah, to do,
The only problem with it is when it gives you the ratio variants for covers, it may tell you who's doing it. It'll give you a list of all the covers, and it'll tell you who's doing them, but it doesn't tell you if it's a ratio variant, like 1 in 25, 1 in 50. So sometimes you don't know. So you might order one, and then you get to your shop, it comes in, and it's a $50 book, and you're like, I ordered that. So you have to ask them all that beforehand.
Yeah, they do have, I think, doesn't it say like I or something next to it?
Yeah, if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. So,
but it doesn't tell you, that it's 1 in 25 versus 1 in 50. So you might be willing to pay for a 1 in 25 ratio, but not
our 1 in 25s usually cost us about $25 at my shop.
Yeah,
and,
nice.
The other ones, 1 in 50 is $50. I mean, it's just like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, and that's why when I look through FOC and I start looking at the ratios that, now we got the cover art, we know what the ratio is.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually when I'll try to look and try to find a good deal for one, or, I have a online thing that I'll order some ratios from.
I need to use FOC more. I do. It's just something I slack on. I drop the ball on. It would help me a lot.
What you do with the previews catalog and ordering that way, I think, is kind of if you don't want to look at it every week, that's the way to go.
Yeah, this is a one-shot month. You fill it out, send it in, you're good for that whole month. So, and then you can order special stuff in here too. There's a lot of, you can order autographed books out of here. I've got a Donny Cates Venom coming in sometime, and it's supposed to be graded at a 9.8. I paid like $89 for it.
Nice.
So I didn't figure that was too bad. It's graded, sent off, signed, and everything.
I've started to see on the bottom part of the website, the one section, like there'll be random like CGC 9.8 signature series or CGC 9.8, which that didn't used to happen.
It's a separate company that does it, and it's a whole section in the main catalog that you can go through. If I can find it real quick.
Yeah, I think it's a recent thing too, somewhat recent.
Yeah, it hasn't been going that long, but it'll take like a hot book and then it'll break it down and offer. There was a lot of Batman offered when that Joker War was going, all autographed by the writer. And if I wasn't looking for it, I could find it.
We'll see when we get to that part on the website too, if anything pops up. While you're looking, I'll talk about this one. We got Star Wars High Republic #1. This is the 3rd printing variant. So this is interior artwork here between Skier, I think his name was, and Keeve, the apprentice. So it's Star Wars High Republic. We know that that's super hot. Pretty cool cover. So I'm probably picking up just a copy of that to have and hold on to for a while. I know some other people will probably buy like 2 million of them. But again, I'm kind of hesitant now on these Marvel reprints. So I like the art. I'll get one. I'm not going full speculating on those. Azores Tiger picked out Sword #3 last night. Cool story is going on here. We saw at the end of Sword #2 that we were going to tie into King in Black. So here it is, King in Black tie-in.
I didn't read the first one. I didn't think I put down for that.
I thought I was only getting issue 1, but then I got issue 2 in my pool, so I was like, whatever, I'll read it. Because I was trying to I was like, okay, Sword looks cool, because for me that was because of the end of Empire, how that story ended. There was a thing where we saw Abigail Brand going off on her own. We saw some like futuristic thing, and so that's why I ended up picking up Sword #1. But then I was like, well, this is more X-Men than I was hoping for, than it was like intergalactic space kind of thing. But I still think that's going to happen. I'm trying to not touch X-Men, because once I touch one X-Men book, gonna go for another one. And
I started with all of them, and I'm down to X-Force. That's all I can do.
Nice.
I just can't get into that new stuff.
I think I had at one point X-Men, Marauders, Excalibur, maybe X-Force briefly. And then I went down to just Marauders, and then X of Swords happened, and I went to none.
Yeah, that X of Swords, you know what? I didn't even buy into it. If there was an issue of like Wolverine or X-Force that was in there, I didn't even read it because it was all tied up with the story. I just filed it. wait until all that was over with. With
Yeah.
all these major crossovers, just like with Carnage, I went so much into buying all of the tie-ins and stuff, and then Empire happened, and I cut back on that so much. But with this King in Black, I just didn't buy into all of them. It's just too much. Most of them don't account for nothing anyway towards the main story. So
right, and I started out saying King in Black. I'm gonna do all the tie-ins because I'm a Venom fan. I love it. I love all of that. And then I started looking at what all those tie-ins were. And I was like, Namor, nah, pass.
Yeah.
The Black Panther one, pass. I think there's a Captain America one, pass.
Yeah.
I started looking at which ones do I really want to get. Gwenom versus Carnage, Planet of the Symbiotes. I feel like there's like two others that I said I wanted to get.
I did get Union, which it hasn't been. I didn't think it was too bad.
I got issue 1 of that.
And what else did I get? I got another one, just one other. So everything else, no, I didn't buy into it.
Yeah. Black Cat. That was
I did get Black Cat too. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. The Union, I was disappointed with how issue 1 ended. Like they're like, here's these new characters, and we killed one.
Yeah.
And then I flipped through issue 2 on the shelf, and I saw they didn't bring her back. So I was like, nah, I'm good. But shout out to JT. JT Comic Books is in the chat, and Hip Hops and Me is in the chat from Team Nerd Herd podcast. Team Nerd Herd's going on tonight. Their link's in the description below. But it looks like we got Taskmaster number 3 of 5, and it looks like White Fox is popping up in this. So that's that semi-new South Korean superhero. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, she's not a bad character.
Yeah, I actually read the Contest of Champions story that she first appeared in, and that was pretty cool. And then we got her in New Agents of Atlas / Agents of Atlas / Atlantis Attacks, all that. Yeah, I
that's a good idea.
I might try to track them down digital and read them. Guardians, yeah. I mean, I'm reading Guardians anyways, so for me that was a tie-in that was just my regular pool. But yeah, Star-Lord becoming the Star-Lord or the Lord of Light or something like that.
Yeah, he picked up powers or something.
I think Louis looking at that Taskmaster cover.
that series does have it's had great covers, every one of them so far.
Yeah.
If you're a cover junkie, you probably have those.
I just Taskmaster seemed interesting that Taskmaster wasn't trying to do something evil for once.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I didn't know, I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Well, we don't know how he's portrayed in the Black Widow movie yet, so that might be something going towards that.
That's true. Wolverine Black, White, and Blood 3 of 4. For Wolverine fans. I got issue 1 mainly because I picked up the Air version. I thought that was cool. And I flipped through it, and I mean they stick to Black, White, and Blood. Pretty cool.
I've actually liked this series.
There's
some good stories in it.
Oh, Donnie Cates is writing something in it.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That's cool. I know he's doing the Carnage one too.
Yeah.
So that one's gonna be real good. We got a Wolverine omnibus here. We got the Volume 2 omnibus. Azareth Tiger picked out the Burn cover last night. We also have a Jim Lee cover. We got a Winsor Smith cover. So 3 options there for what Wolverine you want on your omnibus.
Yeah.
And then, also he had picked out X-Force 17 because he's such an X-Men guy. But this is what I was talking about last night with the shirt. I died 100 times, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Well, he's died. I don't know how many times he's died already.
Yeah.
They just keep bringing him back.
I thought he was supposed to be pretty powerful, too, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's young and stupid, so.
So he keeps getting himself killed. Yeah. Okay.
He's arrogant, so. It gets the best of him sometimes.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing. That's why one reason I don't like this X-Men. All these, there's no big deal in anybody dying. They just take them back to the island and plug them back in, and
the stakes aren't there.
No, there's no. They can do whatever they want. They can come back. So
that was originally the cool thing about Marauders, is Kate Pryde. She couldn't get to the island through the gates.
Mm-hmm.
They were thinking she wouldn't be able to be revived, and then they couldn't revive her when she died. And then they finally figured out the problem, but at least with her revival, I don't know about the island.
Yeah.
But so then it's like, oh, and we lost the stakes for her too. So yeah, no, I agree with you. It's hard to, you see them in a dangerous situation, think, oh, we could lose them. Nah, they'll be back.
Yeah.
We got some more omnibuses here. Age of Apocalypse for the X-Men. But
I like the omnibus, but I don't want to start down that rabbit hole, because once I start buying them, I'll look like Jim Mint, and I'll have a whole room for them. I want nothing wrong with it. That's a big purchase, for me to, at one shot.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
There are some websites where you can get pretty good discounts with I'm blanking on what it is right now, but then apparently Gem Mint actually has a discount code on one of those websites.
Yeah, have price, cover price, something like it. .com. I can't remember what.
Yeah, but it's
cheapgraphicnovels.com, something like it.
Yeah, but it's like 40% off of the 125, so it's like $75, which is a lot nicer.
Yeah.
So if it's something that you haven't read and you want to, be able to read, then I'd say, yeah. If it's something you've read, though,
I would like to get those early X-Men, like the run with the 94, or with the giant size in 94, and then work a couple of volumes, working its way up through the John Byrne era. I would like to have those for my collection.
Yeah. Azareth Tiger says the resurrection thing's about to change.
Oh, good.
There'll be a price to pay for all the resurrections. So is like Mephisto gonna come beat them up for doing all this?
You never know.
So like always with Dynamite, it's kind of the same three properties. Got Deja Thoris, Red Sonja, and I'm guessing Vampirella. Yeah.
Yeah. It's always the three.
So I think it's people's cover buys, mostly. A couple people actually reading the story.
Yeah. No one can tell you what the actual stories are.
Right. I honestly, it's just, I think people are just buying the covers.
Oh, yeah.
So it's always Dynamite for me. I just ignore them and move on. Boom. This isn't all Boom has. Boom is, for whatever reason, with everything changing with it, being Boom Studios to Boom Entertainment, they haven't fixed this and restructured the categories, I guess. I don't know. So one thing shows up here, but then the rest is going to be in this section. So we got a trade paperback there. So let's go into the comics and graphics novels section, where anybody who hasn't shown up yet, any publisher that hasn't, then that's here. What's up, Gary? How are you doing, man?
Gary B.
Welcome in. Yeah, I agree. They need to add some variety, get some new properties in there, or create some new ones themselves, or spin something off of these other stories.
Try a new character. Just try it. It might be something awesome. Just put a half-naked lady on the cover to match the rest, so
it'll sell.
It'll sell.
Yeah, I mean, they did that Dynamite crossover thing where I think all three of them were together in the same book, which I know got some popularity. But now we need some new characters in there too. Yep, everyone gets those for the covers and the Doombots.
Yep. Yeah, I bet Gary B's the only one that reads them because he's a big fan of them. So,
right, and that kind of ties into like the Conan's type of stuff, and I know that's his thing. So
he likes the barbarians and all that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So no, that's good. But yeah, I think, like you said, we need something new in there too to kind of keep those stories fresh.
So it doesn't get stale. I mean, when I get the Dynamite in the section of the book, I just pick the whole color section and I just go right through it because usually there's nothing there that I'm interested in. So
yeah, I want them to just throw something surprising in there and just be like, hey, new idea.
I'll probably miss something really good one day by doing that.
But that's them kind of doing that to themselves, and people aren't going to order anything else from them.
Yeah.
So scrolling through here, I think this is a new AWA Upshot book, but this isn't something I'm going to be getting. I don't know.
No, I'll pass.
Yeah. There's a Mike Deodato Jr. cover for it, though. It's kind of cool. What do we got here? Cult of Dracula from Source Point Press.
Cool
Shannon Mayer cover. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen Shannon Mayer do a cover that wasn't a store variant. I don't know if this is his first non-store variant, but it's a cool cover. I always tend to kind of skip the Absolute Comics group because they got some odd,
all the White Widow stuff.
Right, and this isn't even White Widow, but here White Widow is.
Yeah.
This is it's the Heavy Metal magazine has a comic imprint also. And that's what this is. They're like a leatherish kind of cover, which is kind of interesting. But they've got like comics also outside of the magazine, besides the little comics that they have in the magazine.
I haven't ever seen any of those in a while.
I've seen my shop have them out. They don't put them like with everything else, but they kind of put them on top of some stuff, like so you can see them.
Yeah.
But I never realized until recently that was Heavy Metal magazine. Yes. Who's showing that off? I don't remember. Who got the Conan book? I don't remember.
Southern Comics Geek had that number one.
Yeah, that's right.
Signed by Roy Thomas or something?
I think so. I think so.
He just got that back from CGC.
Devil's Red Bride, number 5 from Vault Comics. I haven't been reading this one, but I've heard it's been good.
I got issue 1. I never got around to reading it, so I didn't pick up any of the other ones.
Well, we're at the shocking finale, so
yeah, they're still all on the shelf at my shop. So if I want them, I can just go back and get them.
Right. If you find out you like issue 1, boom.
Yeah.
Only 4 to go.
I don't have to find time to read anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah, I try to do it right away. Otherwise, I can't get to it. But it's sometimes hard. We got some Doctor Who. We got this one. I've been enjoying this series, Erratic.
Yeah, I got issue 1. I really like that. 2 should be coming out, right? Like
2 came out this week.
Yeah, my shop didn't get it for some reason. I'll have to find it somewhere.
They might not have ordered it then.
I might have that. Where I go, there's 2 shops in that town. I just got there too late yesterday to make it for the other one before they closed, but I'll go back. It has less traffic, so usually you can find stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean this one, I think issue 1 I had some like concerns about the characters, but I think issue 2 fixed that a little bit for me. So I'm definitely sticking through to issue 5 on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I'll hunt that down. I need to put it on my pull list. Is what I need to do.
Get that FOC order in for issue 3.
That doctor does that Doctor Who have a Peach Momoko cover on?
From the last 30 days.
What? That's the Amazon Alexa thing.
She's listening to you.
Yeah, apparently.
Does
you said Doctor Who? Is there a
Peach Momoko variant?
Let me see if there's a. I know she was on the first issue of this.
The first 2 issues, she had a cover for it. I like Doctor Who, so.
I do too.
Yeah.
I just haven't. I can't go down the comic rabbit hole. I don't see anything coming up next.
It's been the first couple covers or something.
Yeah, so no Peach this time. It looks like we got a photo cover. We got this one, and then we got Jones on that cover. What else we got?
I found those signed and CGC books. They're in Dynamic Forces section.
Okay. I think that might be the next section. Something like that. Gung Ho. I thought that wasn't that the book that Reggie Collects ended up having a variant or something for?
I think so.
But now I think this is a new series for Gung Ho. Not sure. I've heard people have enjoyed Heavy. It's also from Vault. Oh, that's a cool start line. Turns out when you blow up the universe, God gets pissed at you. And he's pretty friggin' mad at Bill. All right. So Heavy number 5. Looks like this must be ongoing because they're not saying that this is ending with issue 5. And there's a cover B. They've had a lot of these like red covers for I think cover Bs. Yep, that's what was happening. David Tennant, Best Doctor. What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah,
He's my favorite.
Technically he was the first, but the first time I saw Doctor Who was the Weeping Angels episode. And I didn't know what Doctor Who was at the time. So I didn't know that I was seeing him, but because that episode he's barely in. And I left before it ended because it was like some friend's graduation party or something. They were playing it. Random thing to be playing at a graduation party, but And then I started watching then with Eccleston, and then into Tennant, and then Matt Smith. I haven't finished watching everything with that, but it's on HBO Max, so
yeah, it's all on there.
I know. Just gotta get time to do that, of course.
Some of the earlier ones, like if you can find the BBC ones, the first series,
yeah,
they're actually pretty decent.
Yeah. No, I think at one point I watched some of the Fourth Doctor, or some of I think there was some like crossover. I think they did 3 of the doctors at the same time, or 5 doctors or something. They did like some special early on. I've been enjoying this series. I Walk with Monsters.
No, I like that. I like that series.
Yeah. So we got two issues so far. Issue 3 is also on FOC, but here's a second print for issue 1.
It looks like a Marvel comic. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah. So I think
X-Men 129 or
yeah, we were talking about this last night. It's a homage to that Kitty Pryde cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's been pretty cool. You know, this friend of hers that she's traveling with turning into monsters and seemingly like punishing people.
Yeah, like they have like they're searching for certain people and taking care of them.
Yeah, and it's almost like he can sense that there's bad people around or something.
Yeah.
And the creepy politician guy, I think that's been interesting. I want to see where that goes. There's a lot of kind of story holes that they're definitely like working on filling in,
and I'm all right with that. I like how if they set it up and then puts a little bit here, a little bit there, and drag it out. You know, I enjoy that instead of just here you go and then run with it.
Yeah. So it's like I want to know what's the deal with her dad and her brother. Like,
yeah,
what does like her brother has to have some ability or something, or he wouldn't have been like sold to the politician.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think the important man.
Yeah, the important man.
Yeah. So that's the reprint for number 1, and then here's cover A for issue 3. So they're getting ready to hunt for the important man. We're finding out more about their past in this one. So that's, yeah, I don't know. This is cool. Vault Comics has been putting out a lot of quality content, especially like this genre.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on board with that. What else we got in here? Have you been reading this?
No, I picked up the first issue from Bueller. He had a Bueller's Comics with Bueller's had exclusive in number 1, so I picked that up from him, but I haven't even read it.
I didn't like issue 1. I stopped it.
No, really?
I felt like issue 1 was going to set up something better, but at the same time, issue 1 was just so not good.
Yeah.
That I said, I don't care if it gets better. my shop owner read it and thought the same thing, and I don't think he's like ordering 1 maybe.
Yeah, quit ordering.
Yeah, so I don't know, knock him dead. It was a cool concept. Guy dies, ghost.
Yeah, I mean it's just
possesses him or something, and he becomes funnier or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I
picked up The Last Witch, but I haven't read it yet.
I enjoyed it. I've said this before, but it's a little bit targeted to a younger audience. It's the Boombox imprint of Boom, but I feel like it's a lighter read than some of the other heavier things that I am reading.
Yeah,
it's a fun fantasy thing. I think it's gonna get a little bit darker when they actually meet the witch, but I don't know. It's a fun adventure kind of thing. I feel
I'll
like.
give it a read and see if I like it before I move forward with it.
Right. It's pretty cool cover B.
Nice cover, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Then we got Mighty Morphin number 4.
Yeah, I just can't get into the books.
Yeah, I don't read anything Power Rangers. I do know that there's been good ratio covers. So this is a 1 in 10. Inhyuk Lee. And then we got a 1 in 115.
Well, that's kind of plain.
Yeah. That one's not that good.
No.
I'm trying to get to the Peach cover. Here we go. Peach has been doing a series of these covers.
That's not bad.
Yeah. And I think there's a 1 in 50 that maybe it's just a virgin version of this. Hyper probably knows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hyper, I think, is collecting these. I don't know if he's going for the 1 in 50s or the 1 in 25s, but I know he's getting the Peach covers and the transition between Ranger and human. But that's why I wanted to bring up that one. But yeah, I guess that 1 in 15 is just a version of the cover B, and then the 1 in 10 is the version of the cover A.
Yeah.
Just kinda, don't 100% like when they do that. Like, give us some new art.
Yeah, I mean, they're already making it. Why don't you just make another extra cover and use it later?
Yeah. And there's another new Boom series. I think this is Kaboom. But it's Boom. I'm not picking this one up. Orcs #1 from Christine Larson. This is why I'm not picking it up. It's like you can read the preview for it. It seems, I don't know, it seems definitely targeted for younger. Whereas like The Last Witch, is more like maybe young adult on average target kind of thing. Where adults are going to still enjoy it, but children are going to be enjoying it too. This, I don't know.
That's not my style.
Not mine either. And that's not to say it's not a good story.
No, it's not for me.
Right. For me, I'm going to pass on Orcs. And then there's some variants for it. And I think there's this one was kind of cool. This is that artist I saw earlier, Sweeney Boo. And then the 1 in 10 Mercado cover. It's kind of cool cover.
Yeah, that's not a bad cover.
I wish the art inside was like this. But it's a mini series. It's from Boom Entertainment, but it's Kaboom, which I don't know what that imprint label is supposed to target. What part of the age range or any of that. Yeah, kind of Scotty Youngish.
Yeah.
Definitely. What we got going on in the chat here? Yeah. Okay. So he signs his soul to come back. Is that one we were talking about earlier? I don't remember what it was called.
Knock 'em Dead.
Knock 'em Dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Independents have been good. Yeah. Vault's been knocking it out. Origins 4 of 6. Also Boom. I love this world. I wasn't really liking the characters till issue 3, and finally I'm on this series. Have you been reading this one at all?
No.
I think Phil's reading it.
Yeah, I think Phil is.
He was collecting all the covers for it. I don't know. I mean, there's three more issues left, so I'm gonna stick with it. Find out what happens at the end. But I was on the fence. I was considering dropping it till I read issue 3, and then issue 3 was pretty good. But again, the characters could use a little work.
Yeah, I mean, they should at least establish characters within the first issue and a half. I mean, you shouldn't have to drag out that long.
Yeah, and so like we have one human, and we have essentially AI is kind of the rest of the characters. So I don't know if that's part of why. But the one AI person, like, which I think is that person front and center. looks like could be like his mother or like girlfriend or something. I don't know. It's hard to tell based on the art, like age of characters, but she essentially resurrected him to try to bring back the human race.
Oh, I got you.
Because he created artificial intelligence in this world that ended up leading to the destruction of the world. So,
and then she brought him back.
She brought him back to fix it.
Fix it. Yeah, right is wrong.
Yeah, and so I think
that's a pretty cool concept.
Yeah, and he doesn't know everything about his past, but he's kind of slowly learning pieces of it, and that's kind of the conflict between the two of them, is that she didn't tell him all of it right away. Yeah. I think Hip Hops and Me is kind of feeling the same about this. Yeah, but I'm sticking with it, just because I'm already halfway.
Yeah, you might as well. You're already.
I kind of want to know how it ends now. This is I'm not getting on the Phantom Star Killer train, but if you're a fan, there's a third.
Yet?
Say that again.
Has there been an issue 2 yet?
I don't know.
I mean, they just keep making new reprints of the number 1.
I don't think there has been. And yeah, it's just like, here's a reprint. Here's a reprint.
Yeah. It was so crazy, you know.
I mean, this is kind of like the Last Ronin.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
you know, they said that story was what, in the making for 20 years. You can't tell me that they didn't have it all done, ready to go in 20 years.
Right. Like,
you know?
Six Face. Oh, well, 1, welcome in Six Face. And 2, no issue 2 for Phantom Star Killer. So is it that there won't be an issue 2, or issue 2 hasn't come out? Because I don't know if this is like a one-shot kind of deal, because it's based off of like a action figure, right?
Yeah, it was the guy who created it. It just is. I think, was it the Reaction Line? The guy that does all that stuff created that character or something like that. And he was
I don't know who exactly. I know the Team Nerd Herd team was talking about it one week, a few weeks back. I think it was them that they were saying, you know, they had collected some of them had collected the figure.
Yeah.
Back. But yeah, third print. You know, I don't know how many printing it's gonna go to, but you know, when you get to those further print runs, lower print runs, sometimes that has some value later on, but I'm staying away from it.
I got 1 issue. I got the first issue, first print, and I'm good.
They're on a 3-month at Scout. Is this Scout? I thought this is Black Caravan.
Yeah, but it's
but it's Scout. Oh, so Black Caravan is a Scout imprint. Okay. Oh, because that's So where'd that go? That one book I got that Principal Defects was talking about, Shit Show.
Yeah.
The creator was saying book 1 came out, then they were going to wait on the sales figures before deciding when to put book 2 out or something like that. So I think book 2 is not coming till April, something like that. And then book 3 follows like the next month. So yeah, and Recount was a Scout book that came out. Wasn't that November? Because it was like right around the election. I don't know. Somewhere around then. All right. Let's move on from that one. Getting close to the end here. Did you read Scout's Honor?
I picked it up, but I haven't read it.
Okay.
I haven't read it. I haven't had time.
I enjoyed this one. I just read it this week. It came out last week, I think.
Yeah.
Did you do scouting?
No. Well, I personally didn't, but my son, I did go through scouting with him.
Okay.
For a while, so.
I was a Cub Scout, did Boy Scouts for a little bit. I didn't become an Eagle Scout or anything, but so I was curious, how accurate to some of that it was going to be, and I think it does it well. Sticking to they mentioned the whole, I think the first rule or commandment or whatever that they came up with when creating this new society was always be prepared.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's straight out of the Scouts right there.
Yeah.
So, and then from there, the things that they talk about are pretty related to the things I remember from the scouting rules and all that. So
it's so long ago.
Yeah. But I was like, okay, this is pretty cool, and the story's good. Characters are pretty good. I think it's a unique take on that post-apocalyptic setting. I know some people have compared it to a boom book.
Oh, hey, so my ride's here to get me. I'm going to have to jump off here, Sparks.
Oh, no worries.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
See you later, man. All right, let's wrap everything up here. We're almost done. So now this is what I was talking about on Spine Ticks last night. We have this series of covers of 7 Secrets reprints here. I think I might have said this was a 6th print, but it's a 5th print. We get 1 character, then we get 2. Actually, we get 3 characters, 5 characters. They just keep adding characters on every cover until you get to this number 6 second print. So we got a number 2 third, a number 3 third, a number 4 second, 5 second, 6 second. I love this cover concept idea, but I can't buy into buying all 6 of them. I love this series. So from the collectability standpoint, I'm going to pick up the 5th print for number 1. Also, because Casper is a cool character and he's the only one featured on that cover. Maybe down the line, I'll hunt down some of these other ones. But for now, I think for me, sticking with just the 5th print for number 1. Hip Hop's and me's been enjoying this. But yeah, I mean, it's a great art concept. And so from that standpoint, it's going to sell. You're going to see them, get that money. I just can't give them that money this time. They already got so many good stories coming out. Like, why? I don't need to do that right now. Speaking of good stories, Space Bastards number 2. You heard it first on the Pressable Defects and Guy Forge talking about this series. Here's issue 2 on FOC. I've talked about it a little bit before, but Postal Service in space, plus Battle Royale happening in order to deliver a package. The more hands the package exchanges, the more money the final deliverer gets. The more it costs for the sender to send it to. So if this is what's happening currently with the Postal Service system, it might explain some of the delays. Hopefully that's not the case because, some violent things happen to get these packages delivered. Joey, I can show you sometime. It's a long list. I can't just spout out what's on my pull list because it would take a little bit. But it has moved from it kind of was 50-50 indie and Marvel, but I'm going to tell you it's probably outside of the King in Black right now. There's probably 5 titles from Marvel on my list. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, Venom, Thor, Daredevil. I think I'm pulling the Guardians of the Galaxy off my pull list. There may be one other. because Champions and Miss Marvel are ending, so I'm dropping those when they end in like the next month. So I don't really count those right now. I'm going to pick up Silk, though, when it starts. So it's kind of maybe 6 or 7 Marvel titles. Probably 15 or so indie titles are in there. This is exactly why Canadian shipping is so expensive. You nailed it. All right, so we're getting to the end of this area. I think some people were enjoying this one. I think it's a maybe not. I thought it was like a vampire story because sounds kind of like it, but I don't know. It's it's Oni Press, not AWA. And that's the end of that. I think, let me see. I thought somewhere in here is where we get the CGC stuff. Maybe not. Maybe there weren't any on FOC this week, but somewhere they just sneak CGC kind of things in. These are toys and everything. Honestly, want to say it's usually in this section, and you just kind of have to look. But there may not be anything on here this week that was a CGC kind of order. But I just wanted to see if I could find it on here for you guys for what T. Ravis was talking about. But I am not finding it. No, I don't see it in here. All right, well, let's see what else is going on in the chat. I think you're probably talking about Vane. So issue 5 on FOC, probably issue 4 is coming out soon then. But yeah, that's it for the FOC books. Make sure to get your orders in by tomorrow with your LCS or, whatever your online retailer or LCS says. They may have cutoff orders today, but that'll just depend on the shop. So be sure those time frames to get those orders in so you don't miss the books that you want. I think it's always best to have a pull list with your shop and only to really make changes for those new things that have popped up on the list in order to make those last second changes. But make sure you try to update your pull list as early as possible so your shop has an idea of who's interested in the books early on and can get their orders set earlier. But use the FOC to make those adjustments as you need. Thanks, Joey. I'll be sure to be watching you guys tonight, 5:30 Eastern time. Power Packs on. Coming up after this in 10 minutes, we have Comics Talk Weekly. I should do a top 3. So, let me do that real quick. So for me, I made some picks yesterday for the show for Spine Ticks. So let me just show that real quick. I think top pick for me, Radiant Black #1. I'm going also with Haha #1 second print as another top pick. And then, you know what? I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with this Silence of the Lambs homage. If we're talking single issues. Outside of the single issues, this is my top pick. The Spider-Gwen Omnibus. Definitely something to go ahead and get. So there's my top picks. So I usually, if you watch Spine Ticks on Saturday nights, those are my top picks. And then I just kind of go through everything here. But no, it's a good idea. I'll try to summarize those next time to give you an idea of what I'm looking forward to on the order. Thanks everybody for watching today, hanging out with us, even while you're driving back home from doing your comic digs. We'll see you all in the live chats and everything today. Links to all the upcoming shows tonight are in the description below. Do I like the Philadelphia McFarlane cover? I don't know what that cover looks like because I don't think that was on FOC. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Let me take a look. Philadelphia McFarlane cover. I'll answer this real quick. We got a minute or two. Oh, this one. This one? It's a sick cover. Oh, battery's dying because I had the live chat open. Yeah, I like that cover. I'm not reading Philadelphia, or I would be all on this cover. It's dope. Great cover to shout out, Louis. But yeah, as I was saying, guys, I will see you guys in the chats. All of those upcoming shows in the description below. So check them out. Subscribe to everybody that's also a friend of the channel. I need to update that. Throw in Al's got a new channel. So look up Al Noir's, I think, Comics and Collectibles. Sith Lordly has his own channel showing off his Star Wars spotlights. So be sure to subscribe to Sith Lordly's solo channel. Spine Ticks every Saturday night. We'll see you guys, and I will catch you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your guys' weekends. And as always, guys, remember, collect what you love.